Greetings. I am Jessica Wirges. My pronouns are she and her. I'm in my early 30s. I have long brown hair currently swept into a ponytail. I wear glasses and I have pale skin, and I am wearing a purple sweater, which is needed since I am zooming to you from my 133-year-old farm home in Michigan. That is also dealing with the winter weather storm you guys had. Today, we're going to be looking into the third UU principle: accept one another and encourage spiritual growth. I will be focusing mostly on the later half of that principle by trying to encourage you to grow spiritually. While this can be done in a multitude of ways, I am asking you all to look into yourselves and begin to find your center. When I first learned of this month's theme, Finding Our Center, in a monthly planning meeting, I became extremely excited, and I don't just mean in my head. Reverend Michelle made a comment about me writing something because my face lit up through the computer screen, and that was with me trying to keep a handle on my emotions. You see, I tend to become a bit over the top when I encounter things I am passionate about. For the past few years, finding and keeping my center has been the one spiritual goal of mine. And it is by far not the easiest thing I have done in my life. It takes a lot of time, effort, and willpower in order to try to become centered. Notice I said try. Lots of religions and spiritual paths promote centering oneself in multiple different ways. Most say that centering and maintaining balance and connection to oneself, the higher powers, and the universe will lead to happiness, enlightenment, or a reward at the end of life. In most of the numerous pagan and indigenous spiritual paths, practitioners use grounding techniques to center and shield themselves before energy work. Some practices also use something called shadow work in order to delve deep into one's mind and inner child to find balance between the light and dark that is in all of us. Taoism has yin and yang, the moon and the sun, feminine and masculine, concealed and open, the balance of light and dark. To become enlightened and keep healthy and happy, each person's yin and yang must remain balanced. Hinduism and Buddhism have sadhana, which is the practice of daily spiritual rituals that help to maintain balance and control in oneself and remove oneself from the material world. In Hinduism, we also see the concept of literal grounding, which is to walk with one's bare feet upon the earth in order to feel connected to the physical and spiritual aspects of the earth and its energies. This idea is also seen in multiple indigenous and pagan religions, and it is not a subconscious act. You must focus on the connection between yourself and the earth. In Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, we see multiple different rituals and prayers to help oneself stay grounded and connected to God. As others before me, I have discovered that the foundation for finding your center is to be balanced. You see, balance, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is a condition in which different elements are equal. Different elements are equal. The mention of the word elements caused me to remember a previous delving into psychology. Years ago, I discovered a theory about the wheel of life. It was created in the 1960s by a man named Peter J. Meyer. The wheel of life covers 8 key areas of human existence. And if these areas are balanced, it is almost a guarantee the person will be happy. This wheel has been recreated multiple times over the past 60 years. It has been used by life coaches, big companies, therapists, and I have even used it when teaching my students growth mindset. Although these recreations have seen additions, there are 8 key areas. Maybe they just have different names. Those are finance, career, physical environment, personal and spiritual growth, relationships, family and friends, recreation, and health. Personal and spiritual growth are 1. I think my fingers messed up. Being centered means being balanced in these 8 areas. I know as a community, we have gone through a lot recently with the disruption and uncertainty COVID has brought to us. I've noticed that these cause spikes of unbalance and unhappiness throughout our country, community, and even congregation. And our culture is going through even more upheaval now with the political issues currently plaguing our society. That is my acceptance of us as a people and a community. I said today I wanted to focus on the 3rd UU principle: accept one another and encourage spiritual growth. My goal today is to encourage you all to take time to work through all the areas in the wheel of life and not to let one area be forgotten or take control of you. I have noticed in the past few years, and you might agree, that we as a collective have been doing what humans do best, focusing on negativity. So today, I need you to put your energies into positivity first so that you can create a balance. This is one of the hardest but most important things to do in order to be centered, to be happy. I want you all to try something with me. I'm going to name off each one of the elements of life and give pause. I want you to think of something uplifting in your life right now in that area, not the negativity, the positivity. Don't share it with anyone, just think it to yourself. While doing so, make sure you notice how quickly these thoughts come to you in each area. Think of finances and money. What is uplifting you? Think of your career. What is uplifting you? Think of your physical environment, our church, your home, your ecosystem. What is uplifting you? Think of your personal or spiritual growth. What is uplifting you? Think of your relationships. What is uplifting you? Think of your family and friends. What is uplifting you? Think of fun and recreation. What is uplifting you? Think of your health. What is uplifting you? I want you to take a moment to reflect on what we just did. Which area had nothing uplifting? Which area did you struggle to think of anything good? Is there more than one area where you struggled? These are areas that are causing you to become unbalanced, to be uncentered. These are the areas that you need to pay more attention to in order to feel fulfilled and to feel happy. You must look into these areas and make changes for the better. I know this is a hard task, a very hard one. Give yourself plenty of patience and care while working on these areas. And know that this is not a quick fix. It will take time, energy, grit, and emotion. If you struggled with this exercise, you might need to start engaging with a growth mindset, mindfulness, or any other technique that you can use to help you see the positivity and the good in your life. Because as I said before, the one thing humans do amazingly well is focusing on the negative. And I urge you to look into the positive first so that you might become balanced, so that you can find your center. I will leave you today with this quote from Gautama Buddha. Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom.